Good evening and welcome. My name is Mike Levin. I'm the CEO of Harlem Lacrosse, which is a great joy and pleasure to occupy that role. And I think this is about the 8th time I've been to this event. I've been working at Harlem Lacrosse for 8 years, and it's just a wonderful feeling to get this group of people together in a room, and it's quite uncommon. We do not have a lot of opportunities to get the entire Harlem Lacrosse community together, and it's something that we really cherish. So thank you for making that possible. Before I begin, I'd like to start by extending our deepest gratitude to the sponsors who made this evening possible and who do so much for the Harlem Lacrosse students all year round. These include our lead supporter, the New Balance Foundation, without whom nothing would be possible at Harlem Lacrosse. Also, our gold sponsors for tonight, the Saban family, HPS, Fortress, and KKR. Thank you very much. Harlem Lacrosse has always been an ambitious idea from the very beginning. We put a program director in a school to be an academic coach during the day and to coach lacrosse and lead enrichment activities after school. The idea is that we'll leverage the relationship between player and coach towards academic progress. In a way, it's an innovative idea to make that investment in a low-income urban community and put that person in the school all day, every day for the entire year. And in a way, it's a very old idea, one that many of in this room have benefited from. I know that I had many great coaches and teachers who helped me become the best version of myself that was possible. But it is an ambitious one. In part, it's ambitious because of the nature of the problem that we are trying to address. We are trying to address fundamental inequities that exist in the education system. For some children in this country, a meaningful youth sports experience, including the way it can help you grow academically and in other ways, is easily accessible and well-resourced. There are many, many children in this country that have lots of money invested in their experience because their families and their community know what it means to them. And for other kids, it's not accessible. It is explicitly inaccessible. And we don't accept that as the status quo. But the nature of the problem is complex. There are deep inequities in the system. The public education system does not always meet the needs of all the stakeholders for whom it needs to meet needs. College education is not accessible for people. Youth sports is not accessible for people. And these are complicated problems. But they don't have to be unsolvable. And that's one of the things that I love the most about Harlem Lacrosse. We don't accept that that is the status quo, and we're going to do something about it. And you're helping us do something about that. And besides the nature of the problems that we're trying to address, one of the other things that makes Harlem Lacrosse ambitious is the way in which we're trying to address them. There's a couple characteristics about the organization that I think highlight our ambition. For one, it is depth over breadth. We are not trying to serve as many kids as possible. We are trying to serve kids with tremendous depth. That means many hours a year, more than 250 hours a year for every student in our program, of program attendance. It means intensive academic counseling during the school day. It means summer programming. It means college counseling. It means club lacrosse. And it's a deep investment. And we make that investment because we think it's the best way for us to have the biggest impact on the world. It's the way that we can get the greatest return on the collective investment of time and money that goes into the students of Harlem Lacrosse. But it's not for the faint of heart. We're not trying to do something that's superficial. We are not trying to say, it's nice that a lot of kids play lacrosse. That is not enough for us. And that is part of our ambition. We are all in. And we can only be all in because our supporters share that belief. The other thing that distinguishes our organization is that we try to be rigorous in our approach. We want to deliver results for our students. Or better said, we want to help our students deliver results for themselves. That means we are holding ourselves accountable. It means we need to be empirical and strategic. And we need to demand our very best all the time. It's not enough to say, this is a nice thing. And good is not good enough, because the stakes are very high for our students. And so that's also part of our ambition. But it's part of what makes Harlem Lacrosse who we are. We have to be this way. We have to be ambitious because the nature of the problems that we're trying to address are complex, and because the way in which we're trying to address them is meaningful. We're working against some powerful forces, and our scale is making it even harder. We are not trying to do this for a few kids. In a few minutes, you'll hear Eli Vega come up and share his experience with Harlem Lacrosse. He's 24 years old. When he graduated high school, we were sending 18 kids a year to college. Next year, we'll send 150 kids a year to college. So our charge is to deliver the same quality experience that Eli got from Harlem Lacrosse to many, many kids every year. And it's doable. It's really hard, but it is doable. Having this ambition, it's wonderful. I'm proud of it. It's part of why I work here. But on its own, it's not particularly useful. That ambition is only useful, it can only make impact if people believe in us. And there's no one who embodies that belief more than Tom Rothman. Before I invite Dom to come up to introduce Tom, Dom and Tom were teammates at Brown, I want to share just a brief perspective on what Tom has done for the kids of Harlem Lacrosse. He's one of many people who took a meeting with me that I had no business getting. You know, he really did not have to, and that's something I want to underscore. What happens at Harlem Lacrosse is beautiful. It makes me incredibly proud, and it doesn't have to happen. There is no natural inertia to make it happen. It only happens because someone like Tom, when we reached out to him, thank you, Doc, just took the meeting when he didn't have to, and he listened to what we had to say. And he took a bet on us, effectively. We had not done anything yet in LA. We had this idea for what we were going to do. So he took the meeting, he made an investment at that time, and he was willing to listen. As we've grown, he's pushed me to be a better leader for the organization, which it needs. And I've learned a lot from him. And now, with this event, his philanthropy is truly transformational for our organization. And to be there every step of the way it's uncommon. And I just am incredibly grateful for everything that Tom has done for our students. And I can't really express my gratitude enough. And at a time when it's easy to be discouraged by the challenges we faced, it can be discouraging. We even experience it at Harlem Lacrosse all the time. Sometimes the stuff we're facing is really hard. But his generosity gives me tremendous hope. It fills me with optimism and with gratitude. We can tackle big problems. We can be ambitious in our plans to support kids because we think the hurdles they face are unjust. We can do it. We can be very ambitious. And we can do that because of people like Tom and because of all of you. So I want to thank everyone for being here. Before Tom comes up, we'll share a brief video, but mostly I'm here to say thank you for being here.